Good evening, everyone. Welcome once again to another broadcast of USAO Drovers basketball, where tonight here in the Fieldhouse on the campus of USAO is the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship between USAO and the visiting Mid-America Christian University Evangels. We'll go ahead and give you some of the background of both teams here in our pregame activities. I'm Danny Henderson, joined by Tanner Shoemaker, USAO Sports Information Director, and once again, we're glad to have you along with us tonight. Mid-America Christian comes in as the number 4 seed for the SAC Men's Basketball Tournament with an 11-3 record and 6-1 in conference. They beat number 5 seed Texas Wesleyan on February the 24th, 70-66 in overtime, and they upset number 1 seed and 8th-ranked Southwest Assemblies of God University last Saturday in Waxahachie, Texas, 94-91. Their unanimous All-SAC first-team honoree Terrence Jones did not play due to injury, and the average margin of wins in both of their first 2-round games of the tournament is 3.5 points. McHugh fought back from 17 points down in the second half against Southwestern Assemblies of God, but they put together 2 scoring runs of 14-0 and 12-3 over the final 12 minutes for the 3-point win. Both of tonight's teams lost in the semifinals in last season's SAC Men's Basketball Tournament, with Sagu winning the championship last year 66-51. Mid-America Christian University is in the SAC championship game for the first time since 2015. For USAO, they are ranked nationally number 11 in the NAIA and number 2 seed in the SAC tournament this year. They beat Southwestern Christian in the first game 96-95 last Friday, and then turned around to beat John Brown University in the second game 88-83 on Saturday, February the 27th. Their average margin of win in the tournament is 3 points. So you've got McHugh coming in winning by a margin of 3.5 points on average, and then you've got USAO winning on average by 3 points. The series between USAO and McHugh started in January of 2008. The Evangels lead the series 17-13. The Drovers have won both of the games this season. The first one 76-69 at McHugh on January the 7th, and then they won here at home on February the 9th by the final score of 80-77. Before this season, USAO had won only once in their previous 6 games against McHugh, and that was an 80-77 win on January the 8th of 2019 on McHugh's court. USAO is in its first SAC title game since 2017. They beat OCU 93-90 for the title that year. The Drovers are currently on a 7-game winning streak going back to February the 4th, when Stefan Hall hit his game-winning 3-pointer just before time expired to beat OCU 71-69. The USAO Drovers have won each of their 11 home games this season. We'll be back with more of our pregame activities right after we take this time out. You're listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network. Welcome back to the USAO Fieldhouse. Danny Henderson along with Tanner Shoemaker as we are getting ready for the MBB, the Men's Basketball Tournament Championship between USAO and Mid-America Christian University. The SAC has produced their share of NAIA National Championships since 2000. Of course, you've got USAO that won the title in 2002 after finishing as the runner-up in 2001. As a matter of fact, the Drovers did return to the national championship in 2003, but lost in the second round. MACU won the title in 2016, and they were ranked number 2 at the close of the 2020 season with a 30-2 record. MACU ranked number 2 in the 2021 preseason top 25 poll, and right now USAO ranked number 11 in the country in the NAIA. Let's go ahead and give you a look at the numbers as we get ready for the tip-off here in about 7 minutes. As far as points averaging per game this season, USAO is averaging 89 points a game, while MACU averaging 82 points a game. Shooting percentage, the Drovers come in shooting 45.7 from the floor, as MACU is hitting 44.5%. Behind the three-point arc, the Drovers are at 35.5%, while MACU just a little bit better at 36.4%. Free throw percentage, USAO is shooting 75%, while MACU is shooting 72% at the charity stripe. Rebounding per game, always a key variable in any basketball game. The Drovers are just under 42 rebounds a game, while MACU is averaging just over 40 rebounds a game. Assists-wise, the Drovers share the ball a little bit more than MACU, with the Drovers averaging 16.1 assists per game, while MACU comes in averaging just under 13 per game. Turnovers, which also is a key variable to watch in any basketball game, the Drovers averaging 14.3 turnovers a game, while MACU just under 14 turnovers themselves. And in the area where turnovers are being taken away, there are almost 8 steals per game by the Drovers and almost 6.5 by MACU. Blocks per game, USAO has the advantage. They average just over 5 blocks a game, while Mid-America is averaging just under 3 blocks per game. So as we look at both teams, they're relatively close in a lot of statistical categories. As a team, USAO ranks number 4 in field goal percentage defense at 38.4%. They are number 8 in blocks per game at 5.1. Number 8 in the NAIA in defensive rebounds per game at 31.3. Number 12 in scoring offense per game at 89. Number 13 in total rebounds per game, just under 42. And number 19 in free throw percentage at 75. As far as the individual rankings are concerned, statistically, Gerard Mcconte ranks number 12 in Division I in three-point field goal percentage at 50%. Stefan Hall, number 16 in free throw percentage at 87.8%. Cameron Hines ranks in the top 20 in 2 statistical categories. He's number 18 in three-point field goals made per game at 3.2 and is number 20 in Division I in free throw percentage at 86.6. So looking at the team, certainly USAO has shown why they are averaging almost 89 points a game. And then when looking at Mid-America Christian University, they also are in the top 20 in a few of the statistical categories. They are number 5 in field goal percentage defense at 38.5%, and they rank number 18 in defensive rebounds per game at 30.4 rebounds a game. We'll be back with more of our pregame activities right after we take this timeout. You're listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network. Welcome back to the USAO Fieldhouse as we are just a few minutes away from tip-off of the Men's Basketball Conference Tournament Championship between USAO and the Mid-America Christian University. While we have a moment, let's go ahead and publicly recognize the members of the two teams that received postseason honors from the conference. First of all, congratulations to Demaryius Brooks, the senior guard for Mid-America Christian, who received the Sportsmanship Award. And then there are two players on the court tonight that were unanimous selections for first-team All-Sooner Athletic Conference, and that would be Cameron Hines for USAO, the senior from Fort Cobb, Oklahoma, and Terrence Jones, a senior out of Dallas, Texas, who also was selected to the first-team All-Sooner Athletic Conference. Making the second team is Stefan Hall, a junior out of Oklahoma City for USAO guard, and then making the third team is a guard, Elvin Rodriguez, a senior out of New York. Honorable mention goes to Terry Dorsey of Mid-America Christian University, along with Josiah Lewis as well, making honorable mention, and Gerard Mcconte for USAO as well, being named honorable mention in the postseason Center Athletic Conference Awards. And both teams, great players, both sides. That's why they're in the championship tonight. And you've got to tip your hat to Mid-America for a big challenge that they had in Waxahachie over the weekend, coming away with the upset over Southwestern Assemblies of God University by the final score of 94-91. For USAO, they had a close one against a very determined Southwestern Christian University team. Friday night, they win the game, they being USAO, by the score of 36-35, and had to fight hard after being down 14 points in the second half to their competitor on last Saturday night, and of course that was John Brown University. John Brown coming back with a good season, but USAO was able to overcome that 14-point deficit and come away with the victory by the final score of 88-83, and that finds us in the championship game tonight here at USAO. We'll take a brief timeout and be back with our introductions of the starters for both teams right after this. You're listening to the Center Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Drover Fieldhouse in Briscoe McPherson Court for tonight's Center Athletic Conference Championship game between the Evangels of Mid-American University and your USAO Drovers. The NAIA, the Center Athletic Conference, would like to remind everyone to show respect to the players, coaches, referees, and opposing fans in tonight's contest. And now, will you please stand, and gentlemen, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Back at the USAO Fieldhouse in Chickasha, Oklahoma, on the campus of the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma. We're glad to have all of you along tonight for the men's basketball tournament championship for the Sooner Athletic Conference. And let's go ahead and give you the starting lineup. First of all, for the visiting Mid-America Christian University Evangels with an 11-3 record, it'll be number 1, Tony Dorsey, a 6-foot senior guard out of Shreveport, Louisiana. Number 4, Josiah Lewis, a 6'1 junior guard out of Brooklyn, New York. Number 11, Dominique Ford, a 6'5 senior forward out of McKinney, Texas. Number 15, Carlos Slaughter, a 6'5 senior guard out of Oklahoma City. And rounding out the lineup for the Evangels tonight, it'll be number 25, Derek Mejia, a 6'6 junior forward out of Plano, Texas. The Evangels are 11-3 coming into tonight's championship game. And now for the hometown USAO Drovers, who enter the game ranked number 11, the number 2 seed in the tournament with a 16-2 record. It'll be number 1, Stefan Hall, a 6-foot junior guard out of Oklahoma City, averaging 15.8 points per game this season. Number 3, Cameron Hines, a 5'10 senior guard out of Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. He comes in averaging 18.3 points a game. Number 5, Elvin Rodriguez, a 6'2 senior guard out of New York who transferred from the University of Denver. And Elvin comes into the championship game averaging 16.4 points a game. It'll be number 10, Gerard Mcconte, a 6'6 junior guard out of Austell, Georgia. He enters the game averaging 10.5 points a game. And rounding out the lineup for head coach Chris Francis, as well as Josh Roach, it is number 20, Trevion Ellis, a 6'1 junior guard out of Oklahoma City. And Coach Francis tells us that there are 3 keys to the game tonight in order for USAO to win and have the automatic bid to the NAIA National Tournament. Number 1, they have to survive the runs. They only need to be concerned about what they can control. Number 1, survive the runs. Number 2, share the ball. The team has to trust each other, and they're looking to have about 20 assists in the game tonight. And number 3, rebound. No doubt about that one, rebound. Crash the boards on offense and limit Mid-America Christian to one and done when they are on defense. So we'll be following those keys of the game: survive the run, share the ball, and rebound for USAO. The Drovers are in their home white uniforms, as Mid-America in their road black with the red numerals, and USAO has the green numerals. Jumping center will be Mejia for Mid-America, and it's Gerard Mcconte jumping for USAO. Here's a toss, and it's going to be controlled by Mid-America to begin the men's basketball championship of the Sooner Athletic Conference. Out top with it is Mejia. He'll be guarded by Mcconte. Now Lewis has it. He'll kick it over on the left wing to Ford. Back to Lewis. Lewis pops the 3. It's in. It's good. And he's fouled on the shot. And the bucket is good. And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 1. And the foul will be on Gerard Mcconte, his first and the first team foul. Josiah Lewis at the line, where he's averaging 5 points in the tournament. In the first game, he did not shoot any free throws. In the second game, he was 1 for 2. He has a chance to get the 4th point, and he does. And it's Mid-America leading it early, 4-0. Cameron Hines will bring it up for the Drovers on the far side of the court. Drovers going from our right to left. Trevion Ellis with the ball, and he'll be guarded there by Slaughter. Down in the corner on the near side to Rodriguez. Rodriguez started to drive, pulled it out. Now Ellis will drive the right side, high off the glass, no good. Coming up with the rebound is Slaughter for Mid-America. In the corner is Mejia. He's double teamed, trying to get it to Lewis in the corner deep. Back out front with it. And with the ball is Dorsey to reset the offense, picked up there by Stefan Hall. Lewis out front. Back over to Dorsey. Swings it around to Slaughter. Slaughter drives in. Ball almost taken away. And the foul is going to be against Trevion Ellis, and that'll be the first one on him. And the second team foul here in the early going against the Drovers. 4-0. Mid-America with the lead with 18:47 to go in the first half. One thing that Tanner and I noticed that there are 4 officials for the game tonight. You've got an alternate sitting down at the scorer's table. In the event, I guess, that something could potentially happen to one of the 3 on the floor. Driving in to the right elbow, having it knocked away is Lewis. Coming up with it is Rodriguez left side, and the ball is blocked out of bounds. And USAO will keep it on their end of the court. Coming up with the block is Mejia. He comes in with 10 blocks on the season in the 13 games that he's played. 18:35 to go. Ellis will inbound at left baseline. He'll go out front to Cameron Hines. Hines back to Ellis on the left side. Out front to Mcconte. Mcconte backs it out, and he'll give it to Hall. Hall guarded there by Lewis. Now he'll pop up for 3. Good! And Stefan Hall pulls the Drovers within 1, 4-3. 18:17 to go here in the first half of the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship. Dorsey with the ball, gives it to Mejia, over to Lewis on the left wing. Now he'll come around, stand up for 3. No good off the heel. Hines with the rebound. He'll come up the middle of the court for the Drovers. On the right side to Ellis. Left wing, Hall, left elbow. Keeps the dribble alive, trying to go underneath, and is kicked out of bounds by Carlos Slaughter. One of the officials come over to explain something to the scorer's table. Bottom line is USAO will have the ball as they will inbound it on their end of the court. Technical foul is being called against, looks like it'll be against Mid-America. Josiah Lewis with the technical foul. Hines with the ball. Out front with it to Rodriguez. 3-pointer. It's good! Rodriguez nails a 3 to go out in front, 6-4. And for Elvin, he comes in averaging 18 points in the tournament, where he is 2 for 7 from behind the arc. Shot is missed by Lewis. Hines with the ball. Left side, kicks it out. Gerard Mcconte with the ball. Mcconte dribbles in, kicks it out to Rodriguez. Pops up from the 3, no good. And the ball's tipped around. Mejia with the rebound. And Ellis fighting for it. And I think Trevion is going to be, it will be a foul against Trevion Ellis, who's now got 2 fouls here early in the first half. And Ellis coming into the game averaging 17.5 points in both of the conference tournament games. On the season, Ellis averaging 7.6 points a game. Mackey with the ball. Out front with it is Dorsey on the right side. Mejia at the top of the key. Mejia dribbles around, hands it off to Dorsey. Back out to Slaughter. Lewis now with the ball. He'll drive the left side, left elbow jumper, no good. Coming up with the rebound and getting the putback and the foul is Mejia. And the foul will be against USAO. And that will be the first one on Stefan Hall, his first personal of the 14 foul. And Mejia will go to the free throw line to complete the old-fashioned 3-point play. Mejia so far averaging 9 points in the conference tournament. He missed on the free throw. And for the season, Mejia shooting 28.6%. We're tied 6 apiece, 16:44 to go here in the first half of the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Tournament Championship. And a foul is going to be called against Mid-America. And it will be against Josiah Lewis, number 1 on him in the first team foul. Ellis will inbound right baseline for the Drovers, and he'll go out front to Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the right wing. He'll stand up for the 3, no good. Rebound underneath by Mid-America. So far in the game, both teams are shooting 40% from the floor, and they are tied with rebounds at 3 each. Bounce pass down in the blocks to Slaughter. He'll go underneath, and it's going to be taken away by USAO. Trevion Ellis with the ball. He'll keep it himself. Left side, kicks it out. Rodriguez with the left-handed 3-pointer, no good. On the far side is Lewis underneath Mejia. He is going to be called for traveling. Not able to catch the pass and keep his pivot foot still. Coming in will be Malik Malone for MacU, as Malik, the 6'7" redshirt junior out of Killeen, Texas, averaging 7.7 points a game. And for the conference, he's averaging 10.5 points per game in the 2 turning games so far in this round of the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament. Out front is Stefan Hall. He'll drive the right side, high off the glass, no good. Ellis with the rebound, still has it. He'll go up with the rebound is Mcconte, and he is fouled going back up for the second attempt. And he'll go to the free throw line, and the foul will be against Derek Mejia. And that'll be the first one on him, and the second team foul at the free throw line is Gerard Mcconte, hitting 68.2% for the season. And in the tournament, Mcconte is averaging 5.5 points a game. And he makes his first free throw, and that finally breaks the lead 7-6. They had been tied for quite a while. Now USAO with the 1-point lead, 7-6. 15:43 to go here in the first half of the SAC Men's Basketball Tournament Championship here at the USAO Fieldhouse. Glad to have you along tonight, wherever you may be. Second free throw is good by Mcconte, and the Drovers will take the 2-point lead. Now, Boubacar Diakite will come on the floor, and Trevion Ellis will take a seat on the bench, as he's got 2 fouls here in the early going of the first half. On the left wing is Derek Ford, and he'll go down to the blocks, and the foul immediately is going to be called against Boubacar Diakite. So Diakite picks up his first personal, and it's the 15th foul on USAO here in the first half. Into the lineup also is Marvin Lowe for the Evangels. Driving is Ford's left elbow jumper, no good. Rebound underneath to Mcconte. He brings it up the middle of the court, hands it off to Stefan Hall. Hall, left side, kicks it out. Driving in, Rodriguez back to Hall. He'll spot up for the 3, no good. Running it down is Ford on the far side. Ford drives in at the free throw line, puts up the layup. He missed it, and it goes out of bounds off of Mcconte. And it will stay on the Evangels' end of the court as they trail 8-6, 15:08 to go here in the first half. Inbounding it left baseline will be Tony Dorsey for the Evangels. Driving in from the left side, putting up the shot, actually handing it off. Wraparound pass is no good, and it's Demaryius Brooks who comes in off the bench, and there was a walk on after the pass was made underneath. And so it's a turnover to USAO. Inbounding it left baseline to go the full length of the court will be Hall, and he'll give it to Hines. USAO now shooting 20%, 2 of 10 from the floor, while Mid-America is hitting 2 of 8 from the floor at 25%. Hines with the ball, out front to Mcconte. He's guarded there by Malone. Mcconte in the corner. Rodriguez had it, dropped it, now he drives from the right side. Puts up the shot, no good. Running jumper by Rodriguez won't go. With the ball is Dorsey for MacU. MacU wanting some movement. Marvin Lowe comes out. He'll go over to Malone. Malone fakes the drive. And as he did, he moved his pivot foot, and that's second straight turnover on an offensive possession by Mid-America. Inbounding on the far side will be Stefan Hall for the Drovers. 14:22 to go. The Drovers with the 2-point lead, 8-6. Neither team has really gone on any big run, especially with that score of 8-6. Ellis is back into the game. Guarded by Malone. He'll drive the right side off the glass. Still won't go. I don't know how many shots the Drovers have taken high off the glass and just can't get it to go through the hoop. 3-pointer on the way. No good. Rebound by Ellis. He grabs that one. On the near side to Hall. Hall gives it off to Mcconte. Down in the blocks to Diakite. Turn around. Jumper off the glass. No good. And he's called for walking, though, before The shot is made. So both teams still trying to find some rhythm in the game tonight here in the early going. Actually, just over 6 minutes gone here in the first half, and the score is 8-6, 13:42 to go. Dorsey brings it up, goes underneath the Lowe. Lowe is going to be tied up, and they let it go, and he's fouled. Cameron Hines tied him up, had his hands on the ball, and then Malone went up for the shot. Lowe went up for the shot, draws the foul, and that'll tie it at 8. And that will be the 16th foul on USAO and the first personal foul on Cameron Hines. At the free throw line is Marvin Lowe, on the season hitting 68% from the charity stripe. Shot is up and it's good, so he completes the three-point play. And Lowe is averaging 3.5 points here in the tournament this season. 9-8, the Evangels with the 1-point lead, 13:22 to go here in the first half. Hines on the right wing, drives to the baseline, trying to work his way under him, gets the ball through the hoop. USAO 10-9 with the lead, 13:11 to go here in the first half. Dorsey drives at the free throw line, stops, mid-range jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Trenton Sanderfer into the game for the Drovers. Ellis gives it off to Mcconte. Mcconte will drive to the baseline, stops, pops his mid-range, no good. And a foul is going to be called against Mid-America, and that will be against Malik Malone. For Malone, that's number 1 on him, and the third team foul. Inbounding in front of Mackew's bench will be Ellis. He'll give it to Hines. 12:55 to go. The Drovers lead it by 1, 10-9. Hall on the right wing, down on the blocks to Mcconte on the baseline. Kicks it out to Ellis. Ellis drives in, mid-range jumping is good. He got the running jumper from about 7 feet out. Now the Drovers with a 3-point lead, 12-9. 12:35 remaining, first half. On the far side is Brooks. Brooks down in the blocks to Lowe. Out front, back to Brooks, three-pointer, no good. Rebound to Hines. Hines pushes it up quickly. 1-on-4. Cameron spots up for the three, has it knocked away, gets it back somehow. Ellis, he'll spot up for the three-pointer, missed it. There for the rebound is Dorsey. And Dorsey will stay in the middle of the court, goes over to the left side, puts up the shot over Mcconte, misses it. Sanderfer rebound, gives it to Hines. Hines, he'll spot up for the three, no good. The ball tipped around. Coming up with it is Lowe. For the Evangels on the near side is Brooks. Brooks will give it to Dorsey as they slow it down and get the play from the coach on the bench. Into the game also Caleb Briggs, who had a career night against Southwestern Assemblies of God, scoring 27 points. Malik Malone misses on the jam, gets the ball back, and we've got a foul underneath. A lot of action there on this possession. Well, no foul is apparently being called. It looks like, well, I don't know what. Not sure what the call is. It's just a stop and play. And now coming in will be Tony Kumanovic, a 6'4" redshirt senior guard out of Croatia. 11:34 to go, 12-9. The Drovers with the 3-point lead. Jaden Coswell is into the lineup, the 6'8" sophomore forward out of Johns Creek, Georgia. Inbounding it left baseline will be Kumanovic. He'll give it to Lowe, to Malone, out front to Brooks. Brooks is guarded there by Hall. Kumanovic with the ball. He'll back it out, trying to get it around a screen. Malone on the left wing, down the low in the blocks, and he comes over quickly on the pass, and it's thrown out of bounds to Caleb Briggs. 11:20 to go, and we got a timeout on the court. We'll be back in just a moment. It's USAO leading 12-9 over Mid-America. You're listening to the Center Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network. Welcome back to the USAO Fieldhouse. 11:20 to go here in the first half. USAO leading it 12-9. Congratulations to Wayland Baptist University, the women's team, as they won their third straight SAC Tournament championship last night by defeating Langston. Final score 71-63. The All-SAC Tournament team, the MVP went to Kaylee Edgman, the senior for Wayland Baptist, and USAO's Zaria Dorsey was also named to the All-SAC Tournament team as well, the junior out of New York. USAO with the ball, almost stolen by Mackey. Trevion Ellis, left wing, gives it down to Sanderfer. Sanderfer out front to Coswell, left alone, three-pointer, no good. Ellis almost had the rebound, and it did go out of bounds off of Mid-America, and so the Drovers will keep it on their end of the court. 11:01 to go here in the first half. Drovers leading it by 3, 12-9 over Mackey. The Drovers have beaten the Evangels in both regular season games, and now they meet one more time here in the championship game of the men's tournament in the SAC. A lot of people know that it's not always easy to beat a good team 3 times in a season. Ellis gets the bounce pass underneath and the layup from the right side, and now the Drovers have a 5-point lead, 14-9. 10:47 to go here, first half. Malone, he'll pop up for a 3 off the rim, no good. Ellis with the rebound, and Trevion Ellis having a great game with the boards tonight. Underneath is Hall, reverse layup on the right side is good, and now USAO is on a run of their own as they lead at 16-9 over Mid-America Christian University. Out front with it, Malone in the corner, puts up the 3, it's good. Malik Malone, he's shooting 33% on the season from behind the arc, and in the tournament averaging 10.5 points a game. Hines to Sanderfer, he'll spot up for a 3, good! You know, when you got your big out behind the arc, nailing a 3, it could be a good night. 19-12, USAO with the 7-point lead. Kamanovich with the ball. He'll give it to Riggs. Back to Kamanovich. He'll drive inside. Kicks it out. Brooks is on the left side, and he'll get a three-pointer. And Brooks averaging 6.2 points a game. And in the tournament, he's averaging 3.5. Correction, 7. Shot on the way is missed by Hines. Malone with the rebound. Brings it up on the near side. Malone at the top of the key, keeps the dribble alive. Kamanovich fakes the 3. Back to Malone. He'll spot up for the 3. It's good. And now Mackey is on a run themselves. They were down by 7. They pull within 1, 19-18 on 2 successive three-point plays by the Evangels. And the Evangels have now started a mini run of their own. Shooting percentage-wise, USAO is shooting 6 of 20 from the floor, 2 of 10 behind the arc, 2 of 2 at the free throw line, while Mid-America is now shooting 4 of 17 from the floor, 2 of 6 from behind the arc, and 2 for 3 from the free throw line. Leading scorer for USAO is Stefan Hall. He has 5. Trevion Ellis has 4. Elvin Rodriguez has 3. And Gerard Mcconte has 2. Trenton Sanderfer, of course, with that three-pointer, he has 3 as well. The leading scorer for the Evangels of Mid-America Christian University, they are led by Josiah Lewis with 4. Demaryius Brooks has 3. Marvin Lowe has 3. And Derek Magia has 2. And beg your pardon, Malik Malone has 6. Beg your pardon, he is the leading scorer for Mid-America. And whistle underneath as USAO will keep it on their end of the court. Kamanovich with the foul. 14 fouls on Mid-America. Hines on the right side. Backs out right on the sideline. Gets a screen from Sanderfer. Loses the ball and gets it into the hands. Kamanovich comes up with it. Ball tipped away by Coswell. Brooks fakes it, stands behind the three-point arc to Kamanovich on the right side. He'll go to Malone at the top of the key. Malone spots up for the three-pointer off the heel, no good. Ellis with the rebound. Trevion Ellis has 6 rebounds in the game tonight here in the first half. Ellis will drive in, trying to go off the glass. It's good! Good shot. It was a long layup, but he kissed it off the glass just at the right spot. And the Drovers lead it by 3, 21-18. Ellis now with 6 points in the game. Kamanovich driving against Rodriguez. Lowe has it. Bounce pass in the paint to Malone. Turnaround jumper, and he's fouled on the shot as he got the defender off his feet, and that will be Coswell. Whistled for the foul, and for Jaden, that's number 1 on him, and the 17 foul. Malone will go to the free throw line to shoot free throws. He was 1 for 2 in the first game against Texas Wesleyan and 3 for 5 Saturday night, averaging 10.5 points in the conference tournament this year. 8:06 to go. First free throw is up, and it's missed as Malone on the season shooting 75%. There are fans in the Fieldhouse tonight, if you haven't been able to tell, and they are making some noise. Malone, one more attempt at the free throw line. 8:06 to go. USAO with the 3-point lead. The shot is up, and he made that one. So now the lead is down to 2 as the Drovers will take it the length of the court. Hines gets it across the half-court stripe. Comes over to the near side to Ellis. Ellis to Rodriguez. As they bring it out a little bit, slow things down at the free throw line is Diakite working his way against Mejia. Turnaround jumper off the glass is good as Boubacar Diakite gets his first bucket of the game, and USAO now leads it 23-19. Three-pointer on the way is missed by Riggs, and trying to save it out of bounds is Mcconte, but not able to get to it in time as he stepped on the end line. So the Evangels will have it on their end of the court. Josiah Lewis will come back out on the floor. So it's Ford, Lewis, Malone, Mejia, and Brooks for the Evangels. Ford with the ball. He'll come to Malone. On the right wing to Brooks. Make that Dorsey. Dorsey will get between the circles. Bounce pass at the high post to Mejia, guarded by Mcconte. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Dorsey with it. He'll put up the long-range 3 off the glass. Doesn't hit the rim. Shot clock violation, and it's a turnover to USAO. So far in the game tonight, USAO has scored 7 points off of turnovers, and they lead 6-4 in points in the paint against Mid-America in the game so far. Ellis running the offense, walking it up the court. High post pass to Boubacar Diakite. Back to Ellis. Ellis right side, goes in underneath, has the ball stripped away. Mejia with the second block of the game. Dorsey with the ball. He's guarded by Mcconte, man-to-man defense. Out front with it is Ford. Dribbles in, now gives it to Malone. Right elbow back, and charging is going to be called against Malik Malone. And for him, that will be the 15th foul on Mid-America Christian University, and Malone now comes up with his second foul of the game. Carlos Slaughter will replace him as Malone will take a seat on the bench. A little bit of full court pressure being applied by Josiah Lewis against Hall on the inbound pass. Ellis now with the ball in his hand as he'll run the offense on this possession. Rodriguez with the ball as Elvin has 3 points in the game. Underneath to Diakite. Turnaround jumper is good. Boubacar Diakite coming on late here in the season. And in the tournament, Diakite is averaging 6.5 points a game to go with 7.5 rebounds in this year's tournament. And a corner pass is out of bounds to Ford. And there's your turnover to USAO. So the Drovers now with an opportunity to extend the lead to 8, maybe even 9. 6:05 to go first half. It's a 6-point lead for the hometown Drovers over the visiting Evangels of Mid-America Christian University. Rodriguez with the ball. He's guarded there by Dorsey. On the wing to Hall. Hall dribbles in. Right elbow jumper, bounces around and goes through. Now USAO leads it by 8, 27-19, 5:42 to go here in the SAC Men's Basketball Championship game. Mejia with the ball, picks up his dribble. Ball is stolen by Gerard Mcconte. Gerard slows it down, waits for his teammates, gives it off to Ellis. Ellis, left elbow pass down in the paint to Bobakar Diakite, kicks it out to Hall. Hall fakes the three, still has it, almost lost it. Now he'll back it out and slow it down, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Hall drives in, bounce pass underneath, it's stolen by Ford. Ford in the middle has a shot blocked by Mcconte. And not here is what Mcconte did. And Diakite wagging his finger says, no, no, no. 5:06 to go, first half. 8-point lead for the Drovers, 27-19. Inbounding it will be Lewis. He'll go underneath, and the easy bucket is made by Carlos Slaughter. On the far side to Mcconte in the corner. He'll dribble up to the right elbow underneath, and the ball is out of bounds off of Slaughter. And Diakite a little bit frustrated that he was not able to get to the pass. But for the Drovers, fortunately, it went out of bounds off of the Evangels. Inbounding at right baseline will be Hall. Hall will go out front to Hines, open for a three. He'll put it up, no good. Bounces high off the heel of the rim, tipped around. Finally coming up with it is Dorsey for the Evangels. Dorsey to Slaughter, over to Lewis, in the corner. Shot is on the way and is missed by Ford. Rebound by Diakite. Shooting for the Evangels, they are 3 of 6 from behind the arc. And 36% from the floor. Rodriguez gets loose and gets the layup from the left side. That extends the lead, 29-21, 4:19 to go here in the first half. USAO with the lead, and there's a turnover to the Drovers. Out front to Hines, 3-on-2, alley-oop, and the dunk is missed by Rodriguez. And coming up with it off of the floor is Lewis for MACU. Slowing things down is Dorsey to Slaughter to Ford, left wing. Fakes a three underneath the low. Working against Mcconte. Out front to Slaughter. Three-pointer, no good. Into the hands of Rodriguez. Rodriguez will bring it up for the Drovers. Stays behind the three-point line. Keeps the dribble alive. Kicks it out to Hines. Three-pointer in the corner. Good! Cameron Hines with the three-pointer, and a timeout is called. The Drovers lead it 32-21. 3:38 to go in the first half. You're listening to Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network. Shooting-wise for both teams right now, USAO is hitting 11 of 29 at 38%. They are 3 of 14 from behind the arc at 21.4%. They've had 2 attempts at the free throw line, made them both. For Mid-America, they are 7 of 24, 29% from the floor, 4 of 11 behind the three-point arc at 36.4%, and 3 of 5 at the free throw line for 60%. One of the keys to the game that Coach Francis has given us is the rebounding, and right now both teams are tied at 14 each. USAO has 3 offensive rebounds and 11 defensive rebounds, while Mid-America has 13 defensive rebounds and only 2 offensive rebounds right now. Bench scoring, it's MACU with the lead, 13-7 over USAO, but USAO has scored 11 points off of Evangel turnovers. Dorsey with the ball in the near corner to Lewis. Lewis back out to Dorsey, almost had it stolen. On the left wing, the forward drives in, back out to Dorsey, puts up the three, air ball right into the hands of Mcconte. Over on the far side to Hall, pull-up three is no good, and a rebound to Lewis for MACU. Lewis will stay in the middle of the court, and that comes over on the near side, the right. He'll pop inside the arc, no good. Rebound by Ford on the floor. He'll kick it out to Slaughter. Over on the left wing to Dorsey. Dorsey going against Hall in the paint. Kicks it out to Ford. Three-pointer won't go. Rebound to Hall. 2:45 to go as the Drovers had the 11-point lead, 32-21. Coswell in the paint, right side, went up for the shot, and it was knocked out of bounds as he went up for the shot. Ford got his hand on the ball, and Dominic comes in with 7 blocks in the 14 games that he's played this season. Trenton Sanderfer into the game for Gerard Mcconte. Inbounding left baseline will be Ellis for the Drovers. 2:36 to go here in the first half. Drovers leading it by 11, 32-21. Ellis with the ball, gets it from Sanderfer. Ellis between the circles. Left wing going against Riggs. Underneath the Hines off the glass, got his own rebound. And as he went back up for the shot, foul is going to be called against Tony Dorsey, the 6-foot senior guard out of Shreveport. He transferred from Southwestern Christian Junior College, averaging 12.7 points a game. That'll be his first foul and the 16th foul on Mid-America here in the first half. Hines is at the free throw line on the season, shooting 86.6%. And in the tournament, as far as scoring is concerned, Cameron is averaging 19 points a game. He had 30 in that game against John Brown Saturday. He missed barely on the second shot, but it's a 12-point lead for USAO, 2:15 remaining here in the first half. Malone is back into the game for Evangels. He's got 2 fouls. On the left side with it is Dorsey, back to Lewis between the circles. Man-to-man defense by USAO. Going up for the shot and missing it as he tipped the ball around a little bit is Lewis. Hall has it now for USAO. Ellis to Coswell. He'll put up a three-pointer. Good! Jaden Coswell on the season averaging 5.1 points a game. And for the tournament, he's averaging 2.5 points a game. He's not shy of putting up that three-pointer, and he connects on that one. 15-point lead for the Drovers. Dorsey drives in, mid-range jumper, he gets it. 36-21 with 1:25 to go. Make that 36-23. Hall drives from the right side off the glass, is good. Stefan Hall now has 9 points in the game. He is 4 of 7 from the floor here in the first half. Malik Malone has it. Now he'll go out front with it to Lewis. Bounce pass to Lowe at the free throw line. Driving against Sanderfer. Goes up for the shot. Has it partially blocked. Coming up with the rebound and having it blocked by Coswell is Lowe. Hines has it for the Drovers. Top of the key. Behind the back dribble. Gets into the paint. Stays with the ball. Has it. And the foul is going to be called against the Evangels, and that'll be on Tony Dorsey. He does not agree with the call, but that'll be the second one on him and the 17th foul. So now the Drovers are in a 1-and-1 situation, and going to the free throw line is Cameron Hines. Cameron in the game against John Brown was a perfect 9 of 9 and 3 of 6 in the game against Southwestern Christian, so he's 12 of 15, now make that 13 of 16 in the tournament, and for the tournament averaging 19 points a game. That will extend the lead to 16, 39-23. Second free throw is good by Hines, the senior out of Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. He transferred from East Central University 3 years ago. 42 seconds to go. There's a turnover, but Malone comes up with it. Sanderfer stays with him. Malone with the ball on the far side. Driving the baseline is Kamanovich. He gives it off to Malone. Double team, trying to go up. Kamanovich got it back. Behind the back shot is good by Kamanovich. He averages 4.5 points a game. 20 seconds to go. 40-25, USAO with a 15-point lead. As Coach Roach tells the team to slow it down, no shot clock. 10 seconds now on the game clock. Hines with the ball. He'll take the last shot. Stops inside the hoop, and he missed it, but with the putback dunk, no good. Hines fakes the three, puts up the shot, and he missed it off the heel of the rim, and that will end the first half with USAO And a very impressive 15-point lead here at the half, 40-25. And we will be back with our halftime activities right after we take a timeout. You're listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network.
Hunter Bishop, head volleyball coach here at USAO, and a little bit of my history. I grew up around Springfield, Missouri. Got into volleyball at an early age. My sister played club volleyball, so that was kind of my introduction to it. And then got into coaching, coached at Drury University as an assistant for 2 seasons, Division II in Springfield, and then moved out here and now at USAO. I was on campus for about a week before we actually got shut down and sent home. We spent a lot of time just on Zoom getting to connect that way, even though it was a little difficult. We did a lot of mental training and just prep of what we want our culture to look like, and trying to connect the best I could with the players. But once we kind of got on campus, it honestly felt like I had been here for more than the few months that I had been, just because I feel like working on those relationships with the players really paid off.
Welcome back to the USAO Fieldhouse, where the hometown Drovers are leading the visiting Mid-America Christian University Evangels at halftime by the score of 40-25, as we are in the championship game of the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament between USAO and Mid-America Christian University. Again, a 40-25 lead in favor of the Drovers. They have gone on a pretty impressive run. They have outscored the Evangels by 28-16 since 11:20 to go in the first half, and got on a late run here in the first half to take the 15-point lead. We'll go ahead and give you the numbers as they are here at halftime. Shooting from the floor, the Drovers are hitting almost 39.5%, 15 of 38. Behind the three-point arc, they are 5 of 18 at 28%. And from the free throw line, they are 5 of 6 at 83%. They have 22 rebounds and have out-rebounded the MACU Evangels 22-19. As far as the Evangels are concerned, shooting-wise, they are 9 of 34 from the floor at just under 26.5%, 4 of 16 behind the arc at 25%, and 3 of 5 at the free throw line, shooting 60%. MACU has 4 offensive rebounds, 15 defensive rebounds for 19 total. Again, USAO 22 total rebounds, 5 on the offensive end and 17 on the defensive end. Assist-wise, USAO has the lead 6-5, and the Drovers have stolen the ball 3 times, while the Evangels have 2 steals. There have been 8 turnovers by the Evangels and only 3 by the Drovers. 5 blocks, and that's the average that the Drovers have each game this season. They've blocked the ball 5 times, while MACU has 4 blocks. And as far as the bench scoring is concerned, MACU has the lead 15-10. The Drovers lead with points in the paint 12-8, and both teams are tied with 2 points each in second chance points. And here's one of the key details and statistics for USAO here in the first half. They have scored 11 points off of turnovers, while Mid-America has only scored 5 off of turnovers committed by the USAO Drovers. Scoring-wise, individually, it's Stefan Hall who leads the Drovers with 9 points. Following him is Cameron Hines with 8, and Trevion Ellis has 6. Elvin Rodriguez has 5. Bobakar Diakite has 4 coming off the bench. Jaden Coswell, Trenton Sanderfer each have 3 points, and they made those shooting from behind the arc. As far as the field goals are concerned, again, USAO 15 of 38, 5 of 18 from behind the arc, and 5 of 6 at the free throw line. Scoring for Mid-America Christian University here in the first half, they are led at halftime by Malik Malone, who has 7 points. He's 2 of 6 from the floor. Both of those field goals were from behind the arc, and he's 1 of 2 at the free throw line. The next leading scorer is Josiah Lewis with 4, and then there are 2 players who have 3 points each in the first half, and that would be Marvin Lowe along with Demaryius Brooks. Each of those players has 3. And rounding out the lineup, there are 4 players who have scored 2 points each. Derek Magia, Carlos Slaughter, Tony Kimonovich, along with Tony Dorsey. Again, the Evangels are 9 of 34 from the floor, 4 of 16 from behind the three-point arc, and 3 of 5 from the free throw line. There have been 5 assists made by Mid-America Christian University, and there have been for USAO 6 assists in the first half. We'll be back with more of our halftime activities right after we take this timeout. You're listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drovers Sports Network. Welcome back to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship. We are at halftime. USAO is leading Mid-America Christian University by the score of 40-25. Obviously, the winner of this game will receive an automatic bid to go to the NAIA National Tournament, and first round games will be March the 12th and the 13th, and it's not usual, as you would expect, with the format that will be used for the national tournament this year. And instead of me trying to explain it to you, I would encourage you just to go to the NAIA website, and there's a good explanation on how the tournament will be run. Eventually, they will wind up in various sub-sites, and then there will be some other regional sites. And as I understand it, eventually the championship will be played in Kansas City where it normally is. Now, the pairings will be announced this coming Thursday, and for the women, that will be at 6 o'clock. And if I'm not mistaken, then around 8 o'clock will be the pairing announcements for the men's NAIA National Tournament. And, of course, last night it was Wayland Baptist, the Flying Queens, winning over Langston to win the Center Athletic Conference Women's Basketball Championship, as they defeated the Lions 71-63 to complete a perfect season, undefeated 13-0. Langston's season ends at 8-7. And by the mere fact that the Langston Lions got to make it to the conference tournament, they more than likely, and in all high likelihood, will receive a bid to the national tournament. And we expect that to be the same with the game here tonight. Whoever winds up winning it gets an automatic bid, and more than likely the one who does not win will also get a bid. I won't say they'll be guaranteed it, but that seems to be what has happened usually. We are at halftime. USAO is leading it over the visiting Mid-America Christian University Evangels at halftime, 40-25. We'll be back in just a moment with more of our halftime activities right after this timeout. You're listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Sports Network. Both teams have come back out on the court to, no, I'm wrong. Won't be the first time. Mackey has come back out on the court to begin their second half warm-ups. They trail by 15, 40-25. Let's take a look at those three keys that Coach Chris Francis gave us before the game began. Survive the runs. Well, really, there hasn't been any major run scoring-wise by Mid-America against the Drovers. They did get out to a quick lead before USAO was able to, in fact, it was 4-0 just before you knew it. And USAO trailed before they got their first bucket. And USAO's largest lead in the first half was 7 points, but the Evangels came back to hit 2 quick three-pointers to pull within 1. But since then, USAO was able to put together some scoring drives themselves to have the lead 40-25. So right now, in key number 1, survive the runs, the Drovers have been able to do that. Number 2, share the ball. Well, at halftime, the USAO Drovers had 6 assists in the game. Coach Francis would like to see them get close to 20 to be one of the keys to a victory. And finally, rebound. And that is happening for the Drovers, as in the first half, they have out-rebounded the Evangels 22-19. Coming into the game, USAO has averaged 42 rebounds a game while limiting their opponents to only 37 rebounds. So about a 5 rebound differential during the season and the 2 conference tournament games, whereas for the Mid-America Christian University Evangels, they are averaging just over 40 rebounds a game while giving up only 37 to their opponents throughout the season. Now the Drovers are back out on the court to take their second half warm-ups, and we'll take another short break and be back with the second half right after this. You're listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network. We're back at the USAO Fieldhouse getting ready for the second half to begin. I want to make sure that we mention the coaching staff of Mid-America Christian University. Josh Gamblin is their head coach. He is in his 6th season. He is assisted by Anthony Nero as an assistant coach in his 13th season. Bob Battisti is another assistant coach in his 2nd season. Dustin Welch is a graduate assistant in his 2nd season. And Tori Young, a student assistant coach. This is his 1st season as well. And of course, Josh Roach has done a great job filling in for head coach Chris Francis, whom we understand is getting better. We look forward to having him back out on the campus very soon. And Josh has done a good job filling in for Chris during his absence. Don't forget, the selection announcements will be made for both the women and the men for the NAIA National Tournament. That is scheduled to begin somewhere around March 12th or 13th, and that will be taking place this Thursday night. The women's selection show will be around 6 o'clock, and the men's announcements of who is selected to go to the national tournament will follow that one. Glad to have you along on our broadcast tonight, wherever you may be. This will be our final broadcast of USAO basketball for the 2020-21 season. Certainly appreciate you being with us throughout the season. And if you like baseball, softball, or soccer, or volleyball, or some of those sports, we will be having some of those streamed live as well, like we have basketball. But certainly appreciate all of you being with us, and especially tonight here in the championship for the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament. We're about to get things underway here for the second half, as the Drovers are out in front by 15, 40-25. USAO will be going now from our left to right. Obviously reverse it for Mid-America, and they will be going from right to left. And getting the ball to begin the second half will be Mid-America, and inbounding it on the far side will be Dominique Ford. And if you look at the first half, neither team has one player in double figures. We are underway. Out front with it now is Lewis for the Evangels. Bounce pass on the far side to Dorsey. Guarded there by Rodriguez. Out front to Slaughter. Slaughter will give it back to Dorsey. He'll dribble in, kicks it out to Ford. He'll work around, hits a three-pointer to start things off. Actually a long two-pointer. 40-27, lead down to 13 now for the Drovers. Trevion Ellis with the ball. He'll give it to Hines on the near side. Man-to-man defense by the Evangels to begin the second half. Ellis with the ball out front, guarded by Slaughter. Hines working the baseline. He'll come all the way around, and he'll have it, and spots up for the three. No good. Going high for the rebound, tipping it out, but it goes into the hands of Slaughter. Lewis with it, gets into the paint, gets the shot. 40-29. The Evangels are on a 5-0 lead to begin the second half. 18:56 to go. On the left side, missing the shot is Rodriguez. 40-29. USAO leads it. Three-pointer is up, no good. Rebound to Mcconte. He'll give it to Hines as USAO looking for their first points here in the second half. They lead 40-29. Rodriguez with the ball. Hines dribbles in, long-range deuce, no good. And the foul is going to be called against Stefan Hall, and that'll be the second one on the senior. Stefan Hall from Mount St. Mary High School in Oklahoma City. 18:24 to go. 40-29. Dorsey, right side, running jumper off the glass, no good. Mejia with the putback. And Mejia coming up big. He's got 4 points in the game. And now the lead is down to 9. As Mid-America is on a 6-0 run to begin the second half. On the right wing is Mcconte. He puts up the three, missed it long. On the floor, and it's Dorsey to Ford to Lewis on the far side. Lewis on the right wing, out front to Ford. Left elbow, lost the dribble, got it back. Slaughter works his way in, has the ball knocked away, gets it back out of bounds. A turnover off of the fingertips of Josiah Lewis. 17:36 to go here in the second half, as USAO still looking for their first bucket of the second half. They lead by 9, 40-31. Hines with the ball, guarded by Lewis. He'll give it off to Rodriguez. Rodriguez gets inside, kicks it out to Hall. Hall dribbles, bounce pass underneath to Ellis off the glass. It's good. Good look there by Stefan Hall with the assist. Ellis with the bucket. He's got 8 in the game. 17:13 to go, 42-31. 11-point lead for the Drovers. Underneath the Mejia. Has the ball blocked. And the foul looks like it's going to be against Hall. And I think that's number 3 on Stefan. It is. And that'll be the second team foul on USAO here in the second half. 17:06 to go as Mejia goes to the free throw line. First shot is up, and he makes that one. So Mejia now is 1 for 2 at the free throw line. He's got 5 points in the game. 17:06, second half. Second shot is up by Mejia. It's good. And the lead is at 9, 42-33. The Drovers with the ball. Elvin Rodriguez has it. He'll give it to Hines. Hines out front with it to Ellis. Ellis bounce pass underneath, and he tries to go to Mcconte in the lane, but is stolen with the ball. On the left wing, shot is up by Ford. It's no good. Rebound by Mcconte. And Mcconte having a good job rebounding. That's number 6 in the game. Mcconte, pull up three. It's good. Gerard Mcconte. hits his first bucket of the game. It's a big one. He's got 5 points, 45-33, 12-point lead for the Drovers. In the corner, Slaughter, three-pointer on the way. He missed it. Rebound, Rodriguez. Rodriguez behind the back dribble on the far side to Ellis. He'll dribble against Dorsey. Kyron Hines with the three-pointer. He is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot three. And the foul will be against Carlos Slaughter of Macu. And that'll be the first one on Slaughter, the first team foul here in the second half, as Cameron Hines is at the free throw line. 9 of 9 in that game against John Brown Saturday night. Hines with 8 points in the game, missed on the first one. Cameron now 3 of 5, and uncharacteristically for him, he had a tough game against Southwestern Christian, 3 of 6 at the free throw line. He's good on the second one, and he finished that first round game with 8 points and 7 rebounds. Boubacar Diakite enters, and he gets a roaring cheer from the student section of USAO as Diakite in the game tonight has 4 points. Free throw is good. That extends the lead to 14, 47-33 for the Drovers, as they have scored 7 points now here in the second half. Dorsey with the ball, dribbles in the paint, puts it up over the outstretched arm of Diakite. He is whistled for the foul. The bucket is good, and going to the free throw line will be Tony Dorsey, who on the season is shooting 86%. He's got an average of 8 points in the conference tournament this year. Dorsey, 1 of 6 of 8 at the free throw line against Texas Wesleyan, and 2 for 2 against Sagu. He missed on the front end of the rim, so nothing after the bucket. No three-point play for Dorsey. Ellis with the ball, gives it to Rodriguez. Elvin, left side, kicks it out to Ellis. He'll dribble in, and Mcconte not able to hold on to the ball. Malone has it behind the back dribble. It's tipped out of bounds, and it went off of Malone, the official says. And Malone is arguing with him until his teammate comes and pulls him away. And Dorsey doing a good job of trying to control his team. It's a turnover to the Drovers. Ellis with the ball across the half-court stripe. Ellis, left side, kicks it out to Mcconte. He'll dribble in, underneath on the baseline. Diakite with the dunk! Wide open! Ellis with the assist! 49-35. The Drovers with the lead by 14. 15:06 to go in the game. Dorsey, three-pointer, no good. Rebound, Hines, 15 minutes to go in the game. 49-35, far corner, Mcconte. Mcconte with the ball. Gives it off to Ellis. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Guarding him is Ford. Diakite, turnaround jumper, good! Boubacar Diakite now with 8 points in the game, and we got a timeout called by Mid-America Christian University. The Drovers now leading by 16, 51-35, 14:44 remaining in the game. We're back in just a moment. You're listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network. We're back at a raucous Fieldhouse here on the campus of the University of Science and Arts of Oklahoma. As for the tournament, President John Fever made an exception, allowing a limited number of fans. And the student section has filled up pretty well tonight. And obviously there are some fans from Mid-America Christian that are here tonight as well. 51-35, the Evangels with the ball, 14:40 to go in the game. The Evangels trail by 16. Out front with it is Mejia. He'll keep the ball, gives it to Dorsey, right wing to Lewis is knocked out of bounds. Good quick reaction there by Cameron Hines. Hines with 10 points in the game, the first player for the Drovers to get into double figures. As Hines is 2 of 8 from the floor, 5 of 7 at the free throw line. And Gerard Mcconte picks up the foul. That's number 2 on Gerard, which is a whole lot better than what happened in that first game against Southwestern Christian. He was saddled early in foul trouble. In fact, I don't think he scored a point and eventually fouled out of the game. Magia at the free throw line puts up the shot. It's good. As mentioned earlier, Magia shooting just under 29% on the season. But in the tournament this year, he's averaging 9 points a game. Second free throw is up. He missed on that one as Diakite gets the rebound. 14:26 to go. It's a 15-point lead, which is the same margin that the Drovers had at halftime. 51-36, 14-17 to go in the game. Mcconte with the ball, guarded by Malone. Bounce pass out front to Ellis. Ellis trying to go underneath and wanted to go to Diakite, but Magia got it. Near side, Ford drives in, kicks it out. It's stolen by Rodriguez, and Dorsey grabs him by the arm, throws up his arm saying, yeah, I did it. That stops the clock with 14:01, and that's the third foul on Tony Dorsey, the 6-foot senior guard out of Shreveport. Hines will come off the floor for a break. On the floor, it will be Ellis, Hall, Rodriguez, Sanderfer, and Diakite for the Drovers. Caleb Briggs is into the game for McHugh. Rodriguez goes underneath to Diakite, and it's knocked out of bounds by Mid-America. So the Drovers will keep it on their end of the court. Inbounding left baseline will be Trevion Ellis. He slaps the ball, the players move. Sanderfer, he'll spot up for a 3. Missed it off the heel of the rim, and Dorsey comes up with the rebound. He'll stay in the middle of the court. Comes to the left side. Running layup is thrown up. And Dorsey will be whistled for his 4th foul as the official says used his arm, his elbow to hook the defender. And Dorsey will come off the floor with his 4th foul. And Dorsey with 4 points in the game. Inbounding it will be Trevion Ellis. 13:37 to go. The Drovers with the 15-point lead, 51-36. Stefan Hall going against Lewis. Man-to-man defense. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Ellis with the 3-pointer off the front of the rim. Hall runs it down. Over to Sanderfer, fakes the 3, drives the baseline, stops. Out front to Ellis, left side, stops, turn around to Hall. He'll launch a 3-pointer. Oh, he missed it. Oh, that looked like it was dead on. Malone dribbled it right off of his foot, out of bounds. And the ball will stay on the Drovers' end of the court. 13:02 remaining in the game. The Drovers out on top by 15, 51-36. Ellis triggers it, gives it to Rodriguez. He'll go one off the glass and miss it, but the putback is good by Diakite. My goodness, he's having a game tonight. Bubakar Diakite with 10 points and 2 rebounds. Far side is Riggs. Down in the corner to Malone. Ellis is guarding him. He'll spot up for the 3 off the heel of the rim. Skying high for the rebound is Sanderfer for USAO. 12:34 to go. 17-point lead for the Drovers. Hall in the paint. Goes up for the shot. He is fouled. And it looks like it's going to be against Demaryius Brooks. Brooks, the Sportsmanship of the Year award in the Sooner Athletic Conference for Mid-America. That's his first one in the 4-team foul. So Ellis will trigger the inbounds play on the left side. The players move. Out front is Hall. Behind the arc. Left wing now. He'll back it out. Finds some spacing for the offense. Screen by Boubacar Diakite. Ellis drives in from the left side. Stops off the glass. No good. The ball tipped around. Coming up with it is Kamanovich for Mid-America. The Evangels with the ball. Kamanovich with it. Still keeps the dribble alive. Man-to-man defense by USAO. Kamanovich on the right side. Gets the finger roll with the left hand on the right side. 53-38. 11:55 to go here in the second half, as the Drovers are leading it by 15, 53-38. Underneath is Diakite. Mid-range jumper is good. Boubacar Diakite now with 12 points to lead. He leads the Drovers here tonight. Malone with the ball. Spots up for the three off the heel. No good. Rebound underneath by the Drovers. Ellis stays with it. Sanderfer. Spot up three is no good. Running it down is Rodriguez, and he goes into the hands of, it looks like, hitting the floor is Kamanovich, and I think Ellis will be whistled for the foul. And we got a timeout on the floor. 11:20 remaining in the game. USAO leads it 55-38. You're listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network. We're back at the USAO Fieldhouse, where since the second half began, USAO has outscored MACU 15-13. A lot closer game than maybe we might realize, but USAO does lead it by 17, 55-38. 11:18 to go here in the second half. Out front with it is Malone on the left wing to Brooks. Brooks gives it off to Caleb Riggs. Back to Brooks, off of his hands, out of bounds. It just slipped right out of his hands into the bench of the Evangels. 11:05 to go. Second half. Cameron Hines with the ball. Hines also a consensus first-team All-Selection Center Athletic Conference. Diakite in the blocks. Turnaround jumper is blocked. Malone comes up with it as Lowe was able to get his hand on the shot. Kamanovich to Riggs. He'll put up the three. No good. Hines saves it from going out of bounds. He'll take it up on the far side. Cameron gets a screen. Right elbow underneath to Diakite. He went up for the shot, and Malone got his hand on it, and last touched by Diakite, and it's a turnover to Mid-America Christian. 10:30 to go. 55-38. The Drovers with the 17-point lead. They led at halftime 40-25. Foul is going to be called against Stefan Hall, and for Stefan, that is his fourth foul. I think this is the first game this season I've seen that Stefan Hall has really gotten into serious foul trouble. He'll go sit on the bench with 9 points, and the fourth one now hanging around his neck. Kamanovich with the ball, gets a screen. Sanderfer now on him, out front to Riggs, on the wing to Brooks, down in the blocks to Lowe on the left side. Lowe works his way in, turnaround jumper, no good. Grabbing the rebound is McConte for the Drovers. Down with it quickly to Coswell. Reverse layup is good, and one! Oh my goodness, what a play by Jaden Coswell. The 6'8 sophomore out of Johns Creek, Georgia, went in fearlessly, got the pass, the reverse layup, and the foul, and a chance at the old-fashioned three-point play. He missed the free throw, but that puts the Drovers up by 19, 57-38, 9:55 to go in the game. Out front is Brooks, guarded there by Coswell. Brooks drives in, loses the ball, gets it back, puts up the shot, no good. Hines with the rebound, veers over to the far side of the court, stops, puts up the three, good! They're going to say he had his foot on the line, so it's a long-range two. 59-38. 21-point lead. Malone tried to use a little extra double clutch, missed on the shot, got the rebound and the putback. That cuts the lead to 19, 59-40 in favor of USAO. Ellis with the ball. On the far side, drives the baseline, comes over to Coswell on the near side. Coswell gives it off to Hines. Hines behind the three-point arc, stops, pops, good! It's another long-range deuce for Cameron Hines, the senior out of Fort Cobb, Oklahoma. And now a 21-point lead for the Drovers, 61-40. Malone, left side, in the paint, puts up the shot, and he is fouled as he got into the lane. And looks like Cameron Hines, after being slammed to the floor, gets up. He's rubbing the back of his head. And the number 2 foul on Cameron Hines, as Malone will go to the free throw line. And Malone, one of the stars in the game this evening for Mid-America. He's got 7 points in the game. No Evangel has yet to get into double figures. That is incredible. Boubacar Diakite has 12. He's the leading scorer. Cameron Hines has 14. Actually, Boubacar's second leading scorer. Hines the leading with 14. Cameron came in on the season averaging 18.3 and 19 points in the tournament this year. Cameron also helping with the rebounds, averaging 7 rebounds a game. Malone cuts the lead to 20 with that free throw. One more on the way. He got that one. So now it's a 19-point lead for the Drovers. 8:47 remaining. Mid-America certainly is that kind of a team that if they get on a roll, they can shoot the ball. And they can get back into this. Still plenty of time. 8:32 to go. Hines, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Going against Brooks. Brooks taps it away. And as Hines went back in to try to get it back, commits the foul against Brooks. And so that's number 3 on Cameron. And that'll be the 8th team foul on USAO. At the free throw line will be Demaryius Brooks, who has 3 points in the game tonight. And Hines will come off the floor and Hall will come back on. Hall has 4 fouls in the game and 9 points scoring. Demaryius Brooks, who is yet to shoot a free throw, missed on this first one on the 1-and-1, on the 1-and-1. He missed it. USAO with the ball. Ellis gets the rebound, or he gets the screen. Drives from the right side off the glass, missed it. Malone with the rebound, 8:10 to go. Brooks has the ball knocked away by Hall. Gets it back. In the corner is Dorsey. Drives in from the left side. Puts up the shot. No good. And Lowe taps it out of bounds as he attempted to get the rebound. Good effort, but nobody there to get it for the Evangels. Just under 8 minutes remaining as the Drovers lead by 19, 61-42. Hall to Sanderfer at the top of the key. Ellis left wing in the corner to Mcconte. Mcconte behind the arc, puts up the shot off the heel, no good. Fighting for the rebound is Rodriguez. He stays with it, keeps it alive. Hall, right wing, Mcconte, high post to Rodriguez, drives the baseline. Mcconte gets it back for him after he lost the dribble. Rodriguez will back it out. 6 seconds on the shot clock. 4, 2, shot, three-pointer, go! Oh, missed it on the far side. did not hit the rim. So a shot clock violation against USAO. Each team has had one in the game tonight. 7:16 to go. 61-42. USAO with the 19-point lead. And the ball once again is thrown out of bounds by Mid-America, as Lowe was trying to come over on the near side to Lewis. And Lowe will come off of the floor. Marvin Lowe, the 6'7" senior forward out of Tulsa. He transferred from Connors State College. Ellis will inbound just in front of the Mid-America bench. Hall going against Macue. Brooks. Diakite, turnaround jumper, missed. Rebound to Slaughter on the weak side. Dorsey has the ball slapped away, gets it back, puts up the shot. No good. Sanderfer gets it off the floor. Trenton will bring it up. Now he'll go it off to Ellis. Ellis on the far side. Bounce pass on the baseline to Rodriguez. He goes up and has it blocked, and he's hit. Right side is Lewis. And trying to make the block before the shot is Trevion Ellis. And for Trevion, that will be the 4th foul on him. So Hall and Ellis now with 4 fouls each for the Drovers. While Dorsey has 4 for Macue. At the free throw line will be Josiah Lewis, who is 1 for 1 in the game tonight. He's got 6 points in the game. Lewis is good on the first one, so he'll have one more coming here in the 1-and-1. Josiah Lewis, the 6'1" junior guard out of Brooklyn, New York. He transferred from State University in New York, Sullivan, and on the season shooting 59.3% from the charity stripe, averaging just under 10 points a game. Second free throw is missed. That cuts the lead to 18 for the Drovers, 61-43. They average 89 points a game. Hines is back in. Rodriguez, left wing, going against Lewis to Diakite, back to Hines. Behind the back dribble. Shot on the way, no good by Hines. Malone with the rebound. He'll bring it up on the far side to Lewis, back out to Malone, open for a 3. Now he'll drive in. Shot is up over the arm of Sanderfer, no good. Hines with the rebound on the floor. 5:51 to go. 18-point lead, 61-43 for the Drovers. The winner will get the automatic bid to the NAIA National Tournament. Rodriguez can't get the left-handed drive. Lewis, right side, in the lane, off the glass, no good. Diakite with the rebound. He'll slow it down. He'll give it to Hines. Hines on the near side to Elvin Rodriguez. Rodriguez with 5 points in the game. Hall with 9. Bobakar Diakite with 12. And Hines leads with 14. Rodriguez, left-handed shooter, dives in, left-handed shot in the middle of the lane, misses. Lewis gets behind everybody, and he'll go in for the layup from the right side. And we got a timeout called by USAO. 5:06 remaining in the game. USAO leads it by 16, 61-45. We're back in just a moment. You're listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network. Mid-America Christian University has outscored USAO 7-6 in the last 6 minutes or so, since 11:20 to go in the game. The Evangels on a 7-6 run. They still trail by 16, 61-45. 5:06 remaining in the game. USAO with the ball. Hines to run the offense on this possession on the left wing to Mcconte. To Sanderfer on the left side. Trenton working his way in. Spin move on the right side, left side. No shot. And it will be against Carlos Slaughter. And for Slaughter, that's number 2 and the 16th foul on the Evangels here in the second half. Inbounding at left baseline will be Stefan Hall for USAO. Coswell is into the game. He gets the entry pass out front to Hines. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Hines gets the screen. Right side, stops on the baseline, has the ball knocked away. And Slaughter's on the floor, gets it to Malone somehow. Malone dribbles it up the middle. Left wing to Dorsey. He'll pop a 3. No good. Rebound to Brooks. As he goes up for the shot, he is fouled by Cameron Hines. And for Cameron Hines, that is number 4 on him. So now you've got 3 starters for the Drovers with 4 fouls each. That would be Hall, Ellis, and now Hines. 4:27 to go in the game. USAO leading it by 16, 61-45. Missing on the first free throw is Demaryius Brooks, who is 0 for 2 in the game tonight on that attempt. For the season, Brooks hitting 52.6%. Ellis is into the game. Coswell, Mcconte, Diakite, and Hall for the Drovers. One more free throw is good by Brooks. So for Brooks in the game tonight, he's got 4 points. Malik Malone, the only Evangel in double figures with 11. Ellis on the far side, guarded by Dorsey. Dorsey has 4 fouls. Hall with the ball. Dribbles to the right elbow, right side, layup, no good. I've never seen USAO, it seems like this season, miss so many layups. USAO gets the ball back after it was bounced out. And it looked like Mid-America was going to come up with it on the turnover. So now the official is not speaking to the scorer, but rather to those running the shot clock and the game clock. And I think he had a couple of seconds taken off of the shot clock. 16 seconds is what's on there now. 3:56 to go in the game. Hall has it on the entry pass. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Out high is Mcconte. Hall on the near side to Ellis. He'll dribble in behind the three-point arc. It's good! Trevion Ellis with his first three-pointer of the night. He's 1 or 3 behind the arc, and he has 11 points. 64-46. Shot is up, and the foul is called. And if that's against Ellis, it is. He has just fouled out. And he will finish with 11 points after he just made his first three-pointer of the game. 18-point lead now for USAO, 64-46, but that will send Demaryius Brooks back to the free throw line. And Brooks in the game tonight with 4 points. Free throw is up, it's good. So Brooks now 2 of 4 in the game. That cuts the lead down to 17, 64-47. Second free throw is good. Give Brooks 6 in the game. And now it's a 16-point lead, 64-48, 3:28 remaining. Cameron Hines, the senior out of Fort Cobb, with the ball. Mcconte, the top of the key, guarded by Slaughter. On the right wing is Hall. Hall dribbles around, 13 seconds on the shot clock. Stays out on the left wing, 9 seconds, dribbles in, left side. Turnaround jumper is no good. Going up for the rebound is Mcconte and Slaughter. Slaughter has the advantage. Dorsey, left side, wraparound pass is given to Lewis, but the foul is going to be called against Jaden Coswell. And for Coswell, that's his second foul. He has 5 points coming off the bench tonight for Coach Roach. Hines with 14, Diakite with 12, and Ellis with 11. Free throw is up for Mid-America. And Tony Dorsey now has 5 points in the game. And Dorsey playing with 4 fouls. He's the only Evangel with any foul trouble to speak of. Second free throw is up. He missed off the front of the rim, and Hall has it for the Drovers. 2:55 to go. The Drovers nursing a 15-point lead, 64 to 49. Cameron Hines, left elbow jumper, good. Hines now with 16 in the game, 5 of 13 from the floor, 1 of 8 behind the arc. Lewis picks up his dribble out front to Slaughter. Slaughter to Brooks, who not able to get to it. Slaughter runs it down, gives it to Lewis. 2:24 remaining. 66-49, three-pointer on the way by Lewis, won't go. With the rebound is Hall. 2:15 remaining in the game, 66-49, 17-point lead. Timeout is called by USAO. It's the 62nd one. We'll take a break. You're listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network. Why is it a low-scoring game? That's because both teams are not shooting very well from the floor. USAO is 25 of 70 at 36%, while Mid-America Christian is 16 of 57 at 28%. Now, Mid-America averages this season 82 points a game, while USAO is averaging 89 points a game. Of course, the bottom line is it doesn't matter if the score is 5-3 and you win, you win. But certainly uncharacteristic of both of these teams, as prolific as they have been all season, to have such a low-scoring final tonight in this Sooner Athletic Conference championship game for the conference title. Inbounding just to the left of the Drovers bench is Rodriguez to Hall. 2:07 to go in the game. Hall to Rodriguez. He'll dribble in, back out to Hall. 12 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to run it down as far as they can. Hall dribbles inside the lane, and he is fouled by Brooks. And for Demaryius, that is his second foul. 1:55 to go, and you start feeling a little bit more comfortable once that clock gets below the 2-minute mark. Hall is back at the free throw line. Shot is up, and it's good. Stefan Hall now in double-figure scoring. And Cameron Hines, believe it or not, is 1 rebound away from a double-double. Hines, Hall, that was only his first attempt in the game from the free throw line. He missed on the second one. And for the season, Hall is shooting 88%. Lewis on the far side, guarded by Diakite. Malone, Slaughter with the ball, left wing, gives it to Dorsey. Dorsey drives the left side, uses an arm to get some distance between him and Mcconte. And then he comes back and kind of nudges Mcconte. Hines on the far side. 23 seconds on the shot clock, 1:27 to go in the game. Diakite loses the pass on the baseline. Now he covers it up like a football fumble. And the clock is stopped. We got a jump ball is the decision by the officials. And there's some substitutes coming in for Mid-America Christian University. It will be Caleb Briggs along with Dominic Ford, Tony Kamanovic out of Croatia, Zagreb, Croatia. 1:22 remaining in the game, 67-49. USAO with the 18-point lead. Inbounding left baseline will be Hines going against Riggs. He'll go out front, and Mcconte will have to go in the backcourt to retrieve it. 17 seconds on the shot clock, 1:17 to go in the game. Mcconte, guarded by Slaughter, 9 seconds on the shot clock. Hines, ball on the left side, leans in. Mcconte has it, 2 seconds, goes in for the shot off the glass, is good. 69-49. USAO now with the 20-point lead. They are under a minute to go. Malone will jack a three off the window, no good. Rodriguez with the ball. Alley-oop to Sanderfer, won't go. And trying to get the ball is Sanderfer, and he commits the foul as he tried to take it away from Malone. Good sportsmanship there between both Malone and Sanderfer as Malone slapped his hand in the acceptable athletic way and with a grin on his face. So Malone will go to the free throw line as the foul will be against Trenton Sanderfer, the senior out of Dallas. He transferred from Midwestern State University in Wichita Falls. Malone is at the free throw line. First shot is up and it's good. Malone now with 12 points in the game, as it looks like USAO has punched their way to the NAIA National Tournament. Malone misses on the second attempt. And 40 seconds to go on the game clock. 20 seconds remaining on the shot clock. USAO hitting 37% from the floor. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Stefan Hall with the ball. Dribbles around. Goes over to Sanderfer. Three-pointer. Missed. Rebound underneath to Ford. 16 seconds in the game. Taking the shot is Riggs. Misses on the three-pointer. Sanderfer with the ball. 10 seconds on the game clock. And he is just going to hold the ball and let the clock run out. And the USAO Drovers have just won the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament for 2021. Congratulations to the Drover program, to Coach Chris Francis and to Coach Josh Roach, as the Drovers are going to be crowned as champions in the Men's Basketball Conference Tournament Championship tonight by the final score of 69-50. We'll go ahead and take a timeout and be back with our post-game activities right after this timeout. You've been listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network. The USAO Drovers are the new crown bearer as the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament champions, as they have just defeated the Mid-America Christian University Evangels. Final score 69-50, as the all-conference team is being mentioned, and looks like Stefan Hall will be one of those named to the conference tournament all-tournament team. Cameron Hines also being named to the all-conference team. Cameron Hines finishing with 16 points in tonight's contest, the senior out of Fort Cobb.
The 2020-2021 Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Champions,
And now, the commissioner of the Sooner Athletic Conference, John Martin, has just presented the conference tournament championship to the USAO Drovers, ranked number 11 in the country and seeded number 2 in this year's tournament. They come away with a huge 19-point win over Mid-America Christian by the final score of 69-50. And what a season for the Drovers. They finished the regular season and the tournament combined with a 17-2 record. And the fact that they were even able to play 19 games in this era of COVID-19 is nothing short of fantastic. But a tip of the hat to a very good Mid-America Christian University team who finished the season 11-4, with 3 of those 4 losses coming at the hands of the USAO Drovers this season. Let's go ahead and give you a breakout on the numbers for the game tonight. As USAO shot 27 of 75 from the floor for a 36% count. They were 7 of 30 behind the three-point arc at 23% and 8 of 12 from the free throw line at 67%. They out-rebounded, which was one of the keys that Coach Francis told us about. They out-rebounded Mid-America 49-42. They had 10 offensive rebounds, 39 defensive rebounds, while the Evangels had 7 offensive rebounds and 35 defensive rebounds. The Drovers had 13 assists. Coach Francis wanted to see them get around 20, but the key was to share the ball, and they did that tonight as there were 13 assists by the Drovers and 7 by the Evangels. The Mid-America Christian University Evangels had 6 steals. USAO had 4. The Evangels had 15 turnovers, while USAO had 8. And as far as those turnovers are concerned, that's probably one of the keys for USAO winning as they did. They were able to score 17 points off of those 15 turnovers, whereas Mid-America Christian scored only 8 points off of the 8 turnovers committed by USAO. The Drovers had 6 blocks. The Evangels had 8 blocks, and they were able to lead in that category tonight against USAO. As far as the scoring is concerned for the USAO Drovers, they were led tonight by the senior Cameron Hines with 16 points. He was 5 of 13 from the floor, 1 of 8 from behind the arc, and 5 of 7 at the free throw line with 9 rebounds, so he was just a rebound away for a double-double. The second leading scorer tonight was Bobakar Diakite coming off the bench, 6 of 9 from the floor. He had 6 rebounds, and he finished with 12 points. The next leading scorer was Trevion Ellis, who fouled out of the game after going 5 of 13, shooting from the floor, 1 of 3 behind the arc, and 7 rebounds with 11 points. The fourth leading scorer was Stefan Hall, who made the Sooner Athletic Conference All-Tournament team. He had 10 points, 4 of 10 shooting from the floor, 1 three-pointer, and 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Gerard Mcconte, again, a big game off of the bench. He had 7 points and 9 big rebounds tonight. Following him with 5 points was Elvin Rodriguez and Jaden Coswell. Coswell coming off of the bench, shooting 2 of 5, 1 of 2 behind the arc, and Elvin Rodriguez 2 of 16 shooting tonight with 1 three-pointer and 6 rebounds. Rounding out the scoring for the Drovers tonight, it was Trenton Sanderfer, who had 1 three-pointer, 1 of 5 from the floor tonight, and he finished with 3 points. For Mid-America Christian University, they were led tonight by Malik Malone. He was 3 of 12 shooting with 2 of 8 from behind the arc, 4 of 6 at the free throw line, and he had 12 points and was the only Evangel to score in double figures against USAO tonight. The next leading scorer for Mid-America is Josiah Lewis with 9 points, 3 of 9 from the floor. 1 of those was a three-pointer, and he was 2 of 3 at the free throw line. The next leading scorer for Mid-America, Derek Magia, had 7 points, 2 of 2 shooting from the floor, 3 of 5 at the free throw line, and he had 5 rebounds in the game. The next leading scorer, Demaryius Brooks, 1 of 4 shooting, and that one was from behind the three-point line, 3 of 5 at the free throw line with 6 points. The next leading scorer was Tony Dorsey with 5 points. He was saddled with 4 fouls, 2 of 15 shooting, 1 of 3 at the free throw line. And it's Tony Kamanovich with 4 points, and Marvin Lowe had 3 points in a substitute role. Dominique Ford, one of the starters, finished with 2 points, 1 of 7 shooting, 0 for 3 from behind the three-point line. So that's the breakout in scoring and the other statistics for both USAO and Mid-America Christian University. Once again, the Drovers win it by the final score of 69-50 to win the 2020-2021 Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament on their home court. And they are undefeated this season on their home court, and they have won 8 straight games, going back to a win early in February against Oklahoma City University, and are on a very good roll as they head into the NAIA National Tournament. And we'll look forward to the pairing show that will be Thursday night at 8 o'clock. Of course, we'll also be watching with great interest for the women's selection show Thursday night at 6 o'clock. And we can all hold out hope that perhaps the USAO women may be able to get in with an at-large bid after the great season that they had, losing in the second round of the Sooner Athletic Conference to Langston by the final score of 77-76. We'll go ahead and take a timeout and be back with more of our post-game activities right after this. You've been listening to the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament Championship over the USAO Drover Sports Network.
All you gotta hear is gun sound. Show up, bring them guns out. I'll make it hot when it's sundown. Fever. Show you how I like a diva. Show you what's up on my knees. I live where I can feel. AP, I wasn't checking my night. I wasn't checking my night. I'm so get on.
Welcome back to a very celebratory USAO Fieldhouse as the USAO Drovers are celebrating with their family members and taking pictures and, of course, cutting down the net after winning tonight's Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Tournament by the final score of 69-50. The Drovers have won 8 games in a row, and they have won all of their home games this year. I think that makes it 12 home games that they've won this season, with 8 of those being over the last games here at the USAO Fieldhouse. Again, Mid-America Christian University dropping their record to 11-4, and 3 of those 4 losses have come at the hands of the USAO Drovers. Well, that will wrap it up for our broadcast tonight as it concludes our last and final basketball game for USAO for this season, as the Sooner Athletic Conference Men's Basketball Championship game has come to an end. Once again, the final score, USAO 69 and Mid-America Christian University 50. The Drovers will get an automatic bid to the NAIA National Tournament, and MACU, the Evangels, are likely to earn a spot as well. Thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast. I'm Danny Henderson, wishing all of you a very pleasant evening and good night from Chickasha, Oklahoma.